Hey guys, it's Dr. Max here.
Dr. Dave, how y'all doing?
How we doing?
How y'all doing today? So, in today's video, we're going to be telling you guys a little bit about this really cool muscle that you've got. Muscles.
Couple muscles.
You want to let them know what muscle it is?
Psoas?
I'll tell you what. It has a lot to do with your hips and your low back. 99% of patients, 99.999999999% of patients, literally everybody, has an issue with hip imbalance. And part of that comes back down to us being like right hand dominant, left hand dominant, and having habits that we do throughout our lives. We always drive the same way, sit the same way, sleep the same way, and gravity's our best friend. Never.
If you say so.
And then as a result of that, we create this big muscle group imbalance down in our low back. We have a tendency towards. And what that does is it creates a hip issue. So on the spine model, let's show them.
So hip imbalance muscle we're talking about is the psoas major predominantly, which attaches all the way from T12 to L5 and comes down and runs down your leg.
So that's a big muscle group, right?
Massive muscle group.
So you're talking about like literally your entire abdomen.
Yes.
But on the back behind all of your organs.
Exactly.
And it connects, literally attaches to all of your low back bones. Goes down across the front part of your hip. It attaches to this part of your leg.
Femur.
And then when you tighten that muscle, it lifts your leg. We call it the hip flexor. Okay? So in a resting position, when we take X-rays from the front or from the back view, what we're looking for is there an imbalance in those muscles? One side really tight, one side underfiring or weaker comparatively. And this is what it looks like on my hips.
You got some little hips, guy.
I got some little hips. Look at them little hips.
Look at them little hips.
So it attaches to the side of the bones in the low back and then goes down. It's a huge muscle. And part of that muscle attaches also to a tendon connection on the inside part of the big hip bone itself. So if you can imagine one side being really tight, it would chronically pull that hip up. And if the other side was weaker, respectively, it would allow that hip to kind of like sag and drop. And in real life, it's not like X-rays. So on X-rays, it's like one hip higher and one hip lower, right? In real life, it's
a little forward and backward.
Flare in your walk, that's swagger, right? But it's all about the torque. So in real life, one hip gets stuck a little forward and the other hip pulls backwards and down. So anyway, the reason why we're telling you guys about this muscle is because number one, you need to be aware of it. And number two, we want to give you a simple stretch that you can actually start doing. If we tell you in the adjusting bay, when you come in, get adjusted, ask us which side you need to do the stretch on.
Well, the answer is going to be both.
Okay.
You want it to be even, right?
Yes. But I mean, super severe, really tight, you might want to like extra stretch
on
just
that
one side.
Yeah.
For sure. And sometimes we'll at home prescribe a mirror protocol where you'll stretch one side, strengthen the other. So in your home care exercises, you probably get a leg raise exercise. It's like an isometric muscle hold. That's the side you're trying to strengthen. And then a stretch exercise on the other one. So what's the stretch?
The stretch?
Yeah.
I don't really have a name for it, but say if my right side is the bad side, basically just gonna split my legs and drop the back knee and then take the back hand and reach over. And you should feel it going right all the way through there. No, it's not fun.
So classic lunge, if your right side is the side you're trying to stretch, that leg goes back. You're gonna lunge forward with the opposite leg. You're going to place your hands on your hips initially and really exaggerate into that until you feel it. You're gonna bend back and then you're gonna take your hand off your hip, reach up and over to really pull those bones in the low back and put that excess stretch on the muscle. And how long do we want to hold that?
Say up to 30 seconds if you can.
I'm gonna say even more.
Yeah? What are you going for?
We only want the best for our patients, so 30 seconds is good, but if you really want to get it, go for a minute.
Why stop there?
I mean, at a certain point, it's just like, you can't hold this all day. If you're one of those that works from home or works in an office that lets you stand, you just work like that all day. I'm just kidding. But for a 30-second isometric muscle hold, you want to make sure you breathe while you're holding that stretch. Sometimes you can hurt yourself when you stretch if you try and do the like very quick jarring into it type of a stretch. So you want to take your time to bring it all the way to tension. And then when you have it at tension, make sure you breathe, you're controlling it, you're not going to fall over to the side. And then sign that disclaimer that Stronghold Health is not responsible for your home injuries.
Yeah.
But if you do hurt yourself at home, you're in the right place. So anyway, with that being said, that's your psoas muscle, your hip flexor. So when you're getting the adjusting bay, if you want to know a little bit more about how yours are imbalanced, make sure you ask one of the docs. Until next time, guys, we're signing off.
See ya.